Alright, well, it's about 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and this is the way I've decided to handle this. So I'm walking to the ranger station up here to get in line, and I've left most of my important stuff back. My tent's still up and everything, and I'm just gonna camp out up here and hopefully be one of the people that can get a permit to get in. And then if I get it, or not, I guess, I'll come back and get my stuff, get my tent, pack everything up, and then hike back here again and hike into the actual campsite. And you know, I've only got 9 miles to go, so I mean, it doesn't even matter if I leave it 8 o'clock. I'll still get there way early. So moment of truth, here in just a few minutes I'll know if I'm one of the first 12 in line. All right. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Nope, there's no one here yet, so I think that means I'm going to be good. I just have to hang out a couple hours and wait and find out. Alright, you can probably see some of the people behind me standing in line, so I didn't need to get here early today. There are only 4 of us waiting, but that's alright. At least I'm in, so it's all set up. Now I'm just going back to my tent site from last night, and I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I guess just dilly-dally around a little bit, fill my water bottles and clean up, maybe get rid of some trash and pack up my tent and all that. And then, you know, whenever I get everything together, I'll hit the trail. I just come right back and go behind me there where you can see, and jump on the trail. And I've only got 9 easy miles to do today. Get to the tent site, and then I'll be doing a lot of sitting around there just like I did last night. Just wasting time. And then tomorrow morning, bright and early, hit the trail and do Katahdin, which is only, Katahdin's only, I don't even remember the length. I think it might be 6 miles or something, but it's not very much. He said the average person, it takes about 4 hours for him to get to the peak. And of course, with all the hiking that we're always doing, he doesn't expect, AT hikers, it doesn't take 4 hours. So it'd be a fairly quick day, just up and back to the peak and back, and then try to hitch you right into town, and then I'll be done with this baby. So, all right, well, I might video a little we'll see what the path looks like today. If there's anything much, I'm sure it'll be pretty, but it'll be pretty flat and easy, and I'll let you know if anything is going on that's worthy of videoing. Oh yeah, one more piece of information. So, since basically this whole thing was all shut down 2020, right, because of COVID, and there was, nobody coming through Baxter last year. And this year, yesterday, was the first day of this year that Birch's was full. And they turned people away and wouldn't let us in, right? And I was the first one that walked in and tried to get into Birch's after it was full. So in a year and a half, I was the very first person that couldn't get through and summit Katahdin on the day that they came into camp and tried to summit. So what kind of luck is that, huh? Ridiculous. If I would have been one person earlier, passed one person on the trail, not stayed in the shelter the night before or something, gone a little further, I probably would have been able to summit. But anyway, I was the one. So, but, mostly I just joke about that kind of stuff. Those things have a way of working out. You know, it was last night, a whole bunch of us just hung around the general store up here and spent way too much money because everything is ridiculously priced for sure. But we all just sat around out there on the front porch and just talked and joked and ate, and it was a blast. We had a lot of fun. It was really good to kind of catch up with. Saw a couple of people I haven't seen for weeks. Met a bunch of new people, and we just had a fantastic time. And you know, that's so much of what this is all about. So it was a godsend that I got turned away, and it's all going to work out. So just probably the way it was supposed to. Got to go with the flow sometimes and just realize you're not the one in control. It's a little campground I'm going into. Get my stuff all torn down and get ready to get on out of here. Well, I'm just about a third of the way through the trail to get to the campsite for tonight. Actually, I have to get to a different campsite called Katahdin Stream first, where I have to register for my summit attempt on Katahdin tomorrow. So I have to register for that today, and then I'll hike just to, another, whatever it is. I think it's like a couple thousand yards or something. I don't know, whatever it is. It's not far, and then it's not a couple thousand yards, probably a couple hundred feet to another campground anyway where I'm going to stay. So, yeah, it's been a pretty simple, easy trail so far. I've actually only pulled my trekking poles out one time just to get up this kind of little steep area that lasted for about 2 minutes. So it's been pretty easy. Very pretty though. So I've been thinking, it's really weird how things all come together. I think I talked about this early on. Just like you don't know who you're going to summit with. You don't know how things are all going to work out, who you'll still see. I thought there was a really good chance that Kriegis and I might summit together. That didn't happen. Hopper and me, no. Hopper's way back. Kriegis already summited yesterday. There were some of the people from last night that I knew. Ross DeLorean, who... she's the young woman I had mentioned, I don't even know what was, maybe a week or a week and a half ago or something. And she and I had hiked together for a couple of days, just kept crossing paths, and we had a great time, good discussions, and just, kept just showing up wherever the other one was. And she was there last night, but anyway, all these people, a guy Mullet, who I had met early on, I think I talked about him yesterday. Anyway, they all decided to just power through and do the whole entire thing today. So they're not even camping at the Birch's campsite. They're just doing the whole deal. So I won't summit with any of them. I'll really probably just be summiting with, mostly just with the people that, were there this morning signing up. And Most of them I don't really know very well. I met them, you know, all of them look familiar to me. I've, you know, seen them a couple of times recently. Haven't spent much time with any of them. One of them, No Shame, who I met in Monson at Shaw's. We didn't talk hardly at all, you know, prior to yesterday. But she's from Oklahoma. She's from Noble, which is just north of Norman, where my son lives. And so yeah, she was part of the whole group, you know, last night that was talking and chatting, and she's gonna be staying at Birch's tonight. So, you know, we'll be summiting together. We just met each other. And then a couple other people that I just met like within the last week or so. Gunslinger, anyway, a couple people. So, and then if anybody comes in tonight and stays, you know, around the Able campground like we did last night, then decides to just power all the way through, like some of those people did this morning. I have no idea who those people are that are right behind me, right, that I haven't seen yet for a while. And they may summit tomorrow, so that'll be a surprise, whoever shows up. Or there may be nobody. So, you know, it's hard to say. But it's just interesting how it all works out. So, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to I'm hoping there's a surprise, you know, somebody just shows up on the summit tomorrow. Doesn't really matter who, just somebody I recognize that I haven't seen for a while, and that'd be kind of fun. So let's see what happens with that. Alright, I'm heading to the Katahdin Stream campground, and then the campground I stay at is just right next to it actually. And then Baxter Peak is Katahdin, so 2.3 more miles today, and then you know, another 5.2 tomorrow, or actually a little less, it'd be just about 5 exactly. Alright, I'm pulling into the Katahdin Stream campground. Took about 3 hours and 15 minutes or so to get here, so not bad, pretty easy trail. Now I just have to find a ranger station or something so I can apply for my, yeah, right up here it looks like. So I can apply for my permit to get up Baxter tomorrow, or get up, Katahdin tomorrow to Baxter Peak, and then find out where I'm supposed to be camping. Well, Ranger Kim was very nice and helpful, and she got me all set up. And I'm walking to the Birches right now, where I'm gonna probably tent. She said the weather is some spotty rain and scattered thunderstorms tonight, but clear after midnight. So that's good, because I'd rather stay in my tent, and even if I get rained on, there'll be plenty of time for everything to dry up, you know, overnight. So so yeah, definitely going to do that, I think. I mean, we'll get up here and scope it out and see what it looks like, but I think I'll tent, and yeah, hopefully I'll be there soon. I think it's only a tenth of a mile or something from here, and then I'm ready for some lunch. And then I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the day, keep myself busy. I just probably take a nap here in a little bit, and then some other hikers should be showing up, I would think, within an hour or so. And there'll be somebody to just hang out with and shoot the bull for a little while. Alright, so this is just a little area like all the other areas that we've been in before. There's a privy right down there, and that's where I'm setting up my tent. There aren't many tent sites, but there are some platforms for tents and then 2 shelters, and a nice big seating area. This is kind of unusual. That's not usually, they usually don't have those. And then No Shame set up her tent back there. She's the only other person that's arrived, but there's quite a few other people the ranger said who should be arriving today. So anyway, this is where we'll all be camped out for the night, and then tomorrow just head back to the main area about 2/10 of a mile down the road that way, and start heading up Katahdin. Yeah, it's probably going to be all for the night. So I'll say goodnight now, but you know me, I might be back for something. Alright, so you might have been able to see a few people back there. Got a whole crew. The whole Birch's campground's full with 12 people. It's actually a 13th kind of stowaway. And I'm getting ready to hit the sack. We've all been sitting around, you know, just doing our thing, talking, having dinner, meeting everybody, all the new people. I don't know if you remember, I don't know if I mentioned, there was a guy named Asiago at in Andover at the Pine Ellis hostel, and met him, and I talked to him briefly, and didn't think he was going to be able to catch up here because he had a friend joining him who was hiking kind of slow, but he's here. He showed up tonight, the last guy. And sorry, I know the sun's shining on this, but that's the best I can do. I gotta trying to stay away from everybody so I can talk. But anyway, he showed up, so he's gonna be summiting tomorrow too. So that's neat. And also, I think I figured out a way to get home or get everything figured out. Maybe I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But a guy that was camping near me last night is gonna be going right where I need to go, and so he's hiking by himself unbeknownst to him. He thought he had a partner to hike with, and so we're gonna hike together tomorrow, and I think he's gonna get me to where I need to go at the end of the day, you know, to the airport and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, you know, as people say out here all the time, the trail provides. It kind of does. Things sort of seem to just work out, and so maybe that's another example of that. So anyway, I'm getting ready to hit the sack. So tonight's a big day, or tomorrow's a big day. I'm excited.